The Democratic Party is a party of conservative and liberal ideas. Yes, you heard that correctly. First of all, the Democratic Party identifies itself as a big tent party. This means the party has many factions that are unified in their opposition to right-wing politics within the Republican Party. America is so conservative and traditionalist compared to other Western democracies that our Democratic Party, which most Americans consider to be on the left of the political spectrum, shares a lot of its platform with the center-right Conservative Party in the UK and in Canada. It is a center-to-center-right party on the global scale. Let's look at the three big factions within the party, starting with the faction that is on the left of the Democratic Party, or on a global scale center of left. It's been growing due to a rise in opposition to the Democratic Party elites and establishment, similar to Trump's rise in the GOP.
So let me take this opportunity to define for you, simply and straightforwardly, what democratic socialism means to me. It means building on what Franklin Delano Roosevelt said when he fought for guaranteed economic rights for all Americans. And it builds on what Martin Luther King Jr. said in 1968 when he stated, and I quote, "This country has socialism for the rich and rugged individualism for the poor."
You can tell by Bernie's rationalization of democratic socialism that while his faction is viewed as left-wing, its ideas are not radical or not completely radical, and even center of left or center in some countries. Now for the Obama-Pelosi center of the party.
It is fitting that Congress passed this historic legislation this week. For as we mark the turning of spring, we also mark a new season in America. In a few moments, when I sign this bill, all of the overheated rhetoric over reform will finally confront the reality of reform. Now, while the
center of the party is known to be pragmatic and realistic, sticking to more bipartisanship and coming from less heavily Democratic districts or states. The center values compromises in order to pass big legislation rather than sticking to core values without compromise.
I stood up to members of both parties and helped kill a pay raise for members of Congress because I went to Washington to serve you, not myself. I've helped pass 8 bills that lower the cost of prescription drugs, including H.R. 3, which will help over 600,000 of our district's residents. And, thanks to my amendment, it would also apply to veterans seeking care at our local VA hospital. I helped pass a bill that ends gerrymandering once and for all and takes dark money out of politics. You see, for far too long, dark money has controlled Washington and its politicians. That's why I don't take a dime from special interests or PACs. I worked with local leaders to secure $18 million of federal money to help build a new bridge over the Ashley River here in Charleston.
I chose Cunningham to represent the right of the party for a reason. Usually these blue dog Democrats are socially or economically conservative, however they are significantly liberal on one issue or subject, such that they can't fathom joining the Republican Party. This year, the party's federal identity will be tied to its nominee. I predict that Joe Biden will fit somewhere between the Obama centrist wing and the Bernie left wing of the party. He will do this to have full turnout and to accomplish some compromises. Biden may also have compromises with the center-right aspect of the Democratic Party. Why does the establishment and a plurality of Democratic voters want someone who can compromise with the center and left part of the party and is moderate enough to deal with the right? Because only 26% of voters identify themselves as liberal. This is a small portion of the electorate. Comparatively, 35% identify as conservative and 35% identify as moderate. Biden's policies will be center-left to right-wing because 70% of the electorate is center-left to right-wing. However, he will compromise with Bernie folk sometimes.